This video is how to fade a color into black using watercolor pencil. A couple things before we get started. Pretty pleased with the cherry on top. Make sure your pencils are sharpened. Today we're using watercolor pencils. So these ones say watercolor on the handle. These are the Crayola brand. They also have the little paintbrush on them. So we know that these are water soluble. But again, regular color pencils would totally work for this particular exercise. First things first, you always want to start with the darker color as the base. So you're going to choose a color in black. Which one of these is darker? The black one, right? So I'm going to go ahead and start my technique with pressing really hard with the black, letting up to medium pressure towards the middle and lightest pressure maybe about a little less than 3/4 of the way across. So somewhere in here I'll probably let off the pressure, and then from there I'm going to bring in my second color, which of course is whatever pure color I have chosen. Okay, so here's what I'm going to go ahead and do. On the left hand side, I'm going to press really super hard with my pencil. Okay, as I gradually go across, I am totally going to let up the pressure. Okay, so I should have something that sort of looks like this. If you get a hand cramp, you're doing it right. So that is happening to me right now. All right, so as of this point, I sort of am letting up to lightest pressure here and then letting off. So I have something that kind of looks like this. Before I add my second color in, I'm going to go ahead and fix my edges and match my pressure. I would prefer if you guys went in the same direction, but if you have to go in the opposite direction, okay, which would be this way, just make sure that your pressure matches the pressure that you're working with here. That way we can have really nicely crafted edges. Okay. Sometimes fades don't look good because the edges are so bad when it's not actually the fade itself that's not working. So craftsmanship is important. With my second color, I'm going to bring it in from the opposite side, and notice how I have a decent, almost like a finger's width of white space along with my lightest pressure here. That's important with fading a color into black because black makes everything super duper dark. Okay, so on the opposite side, I'm going to go ahead and press really hard with my second color most of the way across. The reason why I'm doing this is the second color acts as a blender. Okay, so it's going to take that initial color fade with the black and kind of smush it together with your second color. Ouch. And if the hand cramp happens, you're totally doing it right. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. All right. So right in here, I'm going to start to let off my pressure, and I'm going to stop mainly because my hand is like totally hurting right now. As of right now, the fade is a little bit weak. I didn't press as hard as I could with my second color, so I'm going to try that one more time and go through it. Looks like this part here is pretty decent with the pressure. It's mainly this middle part where it was like I got the little hand cramp thing going on. So I'm going to give this another coat. And again, as I get right in here, I'm going to go ahead and let up my pressure a little bit. And I'm going to fix my edges. Now, one thing I noticed in the videos that I did yesterday was in this area right here, I could totally see a line of color in the big screen that I could not see on my phone from the video. Okay, so I'm going to kind of do what I call a sweep with this. So once I fix my edges, and these edges are not the best edges I've ever done. So right now I've got a decent color fade, but I'm unsatisfied with this area right here because I feel like I can see a line of pink. I've got this weird like bald patch right in here, like what's even up with that? So I'm going to do a hard, medium, and light with my initial color, which is my black, over top of this, just to see if I can make some of these lines go away. So I'm doing hard, medium, and light, and letting off. And I think actually that has resolved the issue. Okay, so sometimes you have to do a sweep with your original color, which basically means you introduce the original color fade with your original color over top. So all I did was hard, medium, and light pressure with a black on top after I came through with my second color as the blender, and it kind of made that pink line and also the bald patch go away. So give that a shot. Good luck with that. What's cool about this is basically you've created tons of different shades of pink. So anytime you add black to a color, it's gonna make it darker. You're making a whole bunch of different shades of that color. So a color plus black is called a shade. So see if you can get it. Good luck.